And Iran hoists its flag over the seized British tanker despite calls to defuse tensions. Let's get more on the situation in Iran, between Iran and the UK. We can speak to Mike Pregent, a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute and a former intelligence officer. He's in Washington for us. Mike, thank you so much for your time. The UK government wants to try and resolve this diplomatically. What do you think their choices are?
I think they should just wait. Thanks for having me. I think they should just hold out. The regime is trying to wait out the Trump administration. They're getting more and more desperate with each month. I think the English should just wait and not do anything and see what the Iranians do.
You say the Iranian regime is getting more desperate. That's quite a dangerous situation, isn't it?
It's dangerous, but technology could counter that. I mean, we have the technology to conduct offensive cyber attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. That's one thing that brought down the UAV the other day when it was buzzing the USS Boxer. Technology can also show that the IRGC Navy is actually responsible for these seizures of oil tankers in international waters. And the more evidence that is presented to the international community and the more evidence that is presented to the UN Security Council, the more alienated the regime will be and the more acquiescent it will be if everyone's just patient to let it exhaust this tantrum that it's currently involved in and just wait it out.
Many people are saying that the concern with that is that we could see an all-out conflict, an armed conflict. Isn't it better to have carrot rather than stick to try and have a diplomatic solution here?
Well, the only way, I mean, diplomats will actually tell you in closed rooms that the only way they can actually do their jobs is if there is an actual threat of military action. Once the military option is taken off the table, it gets harder and harder for diplomats to do their jobs, and it gets easier and easier for the chess players in the regime, like Zarif and others, to get what they want from Europe. So you have to be able to look at the regime for what it is. It's desperate, it's mismanaged its economy, the Iranian people are against it, it's lashing out, and the international community can actually absorb these attacks, can absorb these seizures, and simply wait it out to see what else it can do.
There's obviously a couple of issues going on here. There's the UK's relationship with Iran over the tanker issue, and then there's the US and pulling out of the nuclear deal, and the issues going on there. But there's a big argument to say that sanctions simply makes a people more reliant on its government, and it doesn't really work in the long run.
Yeah, this is different. This has not been a rally to the flag moment for the Iranian people. The Iranian people are not rallying to the flag to support the regime. They're actually hoping the sanctions matter, meaning the sanctions are there for a reason, and they're hoping that the sanctions are there for a change in the regime. And I'll actually say it, they're hoping for regime change.
Okay. Mike Pregent, thank you very much for your insights there on the situation with Iran and the US and UK.